All right. So now we're back to the food. Food. So, just a hack for you guys. If you have any extra protein, any extra ham or turkey, right? Take, for me, if I can, got all this extra ham now. So all this is meal prep food. Protein. You want carbs with your protein. I typically do better on a higher protein, higher carb with some fats mixed in. Do what works for you. What's up? What you got? Cool. I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know what that means. Cool. Fortnite? I know of it, but I didn't play it. Hope you had good with it. I just took all this ham. This is what I did. Thanks. Yeah, I cut it myself. A lot of times when I get into my training mode, I shave my head. So we're cooking some more food and we got all of this now. So I've got pounds of protein right here. This is all the holiday leftover protein. You see all that? Pounds and pounds of it. So that's good. So I probably got, thanks. I probably got 8 pounds of ham. And for the ham, believe it or not, ham's actually a pretty good source of protein. But so what I do is I take the fat off, right? So I take the fat off the ham and I take the extra ham, and that's what I use to meal prep. So got that. Got the blackberries, and we are bulking again. So we're gonna go to the gym after we do this. We're gonna do a nap. So what's up, guys? So we just meal prepped about 9 pounds of meat. I got some blackberries, and I've got some pasta over here. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing good. So we're deadlifting again, and we're getting stronger in the legs. We're gonna build our body back. So, give you an example of how I eat. This is my fridge. So I've got all my meals prepped, got some eggs, got my dairy and stuff, but this is all my meat. Meats. So between the meats, the eggs, and all that, and then I snack on fruit. I train twice a day right now. So literally just training like an athlete, focusing on progression and rehabbing my back. So, I just realized this is a genetically modified food. I didn't know that. This is straight up bullshit. I'm gonna drink it because I have it, but I don't think this stuff is that good for you. Contains company called Camden in New Jersey. It's crazy how bullshit the food is in the United States. Like even this contains a bioengineered food. Somebody gave it to me for free. I'm not ever gonna buy it again, but since it was free, I guess I'm gonna take it. Damn, everything's bioengineered. And then we got our pasta right here. Go over here. Guys, if you're in the chat, for those of you in the chat, type something down below. I got my pasta right here. Let me pull this out. So pasta's done. Hot, hot, hot. Where's my tool? So if you guys who follow me because I've been bulking and getting larger again, nice buzz cut, sup. So I had a good shake today. I had about a pound worth of ham. I had about 7 eggs. I drank a shake. I trained this morning. We're building muscle, but remember for me, the more often that you train, you can train twice a day. As long as you're getting stronger, right? You're tracking your lifts and you notice that the food, like you can't kill yourself every day, but what you can do is you can train every day, like sometimes work on mobility, sometimes work on power, sometimes work on hypertrophy. And the callus principle is constant reminding of the body. So if you go and you deadlift every day and you don't max out, but you get used to deadlifting, your body will get thicker if you're eating enough food. The problem is you got to eat and you got to rest. So you got to know how hard can you train without training too hard. It's kind of a balancing act, right? This is 50 grams of whey isolate with walnuts. What's up, guys? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Yo. Hi, sup. I am reading the chats. Jurek, DD Flow, what's up? What are you guys up to today? How's your holidays? Hi, sup, hi. If you guys want, I thought about playing some piano. Then we made a bunch of pasta right here. I might go do some pressing after I eat. You see, I believe the older I get, the more often you can train and recover, the better your body adapts. That sounds crazy, but I think it's true. And if you can constantly eat, the food is so hard to eat. Just, to me, getting big and strong, like, you want to focus on getting stronger at basic lifts, but you also want to focus on controlling weight and eating a bunch of food and getting stronger. Usually how it works. Also hi. How's your day? My day's amazing. Oh, we did a lot of stuff. We've already worked out, went to a birthday party, cleaned up, ate again, and we're gonna do another workout later. And yeah. You said you like my cut? Appreciate it, man. When I was back in the military, this is how I used to keep my hair cut. And I guess I'm gonna grow a big old beard maybe. Thought about growing me a beard. Kind of rocking the Kratos. Trying to rock the Kratos God of War look. So, time to go train. Always training. Uh-oh. You think I put a little too much soap in here? Oh boy. That'll be all right. It's the only way to properly commit. It's the only way to properly commit insurance fraud is to what? Shave your head? You know I have a life insurance license, right? And health. Now, I shave my head from time to time simply because it's easy to do. I actually have beautiful curly hair, but I have beautiful curly hair, but it just, it's easier just to kind of keep it shaved. Kind of looks clean, looks professional. You can see I'm not going bald. I still have all my hair. So, easier to keep clean. I stay cooler. The hair keeps me really hot and sweaty. So when I shave my head, I feel like it would just cool down faster, regulate myself faster. That's funny, the only way. I don't believe I ever committed fraud with insurance. I don't think so. I don't think I ever did a deal with my insurance that was even bad. I hate the business, hence why I don't do it anymore. The insurance business, the way it's set up, is kind of shitty. Alrighty. I trapped a Turkish man in my closet until he was able to give me multiple hair transplants. What the fuck does that mean? What? I'm building an office out here, guys. I'm getting a 12 by 28 office, and I'm going to put it out here. That should be fun. Baby, what you wishing for? Baby, what you listen for? So, that being said, this is all the meat I got. See all that meat? See all that protein? See all that fruit? We are gorged to the gills. We are pretty much gotten everything we need. Now it's just about sleeping. It's just about sleeping, and I need to refill my glycogen reservoirs. Definitely need to refill my glycogen. I can tell. Oh, I can tell with my glycogen. Definitely need to put some more glycogen in the body. Remember, guys, when you train hard and you're pushing yourself, carbs are a great source of energy, in my opinion. But the problem is most people don't actually train hard, right? They don't push their body. So, if you don't push your body and you don't train, then yeah, go ketogenic. But if you're training with weights and you're trying to like get your body to change, I promise you, if you keep your glycogen full, like not 24/7, like if you want to get leaner, yeah, you can pull the carbs out, but it works better to me when you eat a balanced diet. A lot of healthy protein, a lot of healthy fats, right? And then get your carbs based on your energy level. Pretty simple. That's my whole nutrition philosophy. And I am a certified trainer and nutritionist in sports. So it's like, it's not like I'm not certified and haven't tried different diets. 120 ounce Mountain Dew, a 20-mile hike. Well, the Mountain Dew has sugar in it and it's going to keep you going, no doubt. And you'll probably stay lean. Like if you're walking 20 miles and drinking Mountain Dew, you'll probably get lean for sure because you have glucose. And as long as you don't want to hold a lot of muscle, then good. Because hiking for 20 miles is not going to build muscle. Now, it could build a little bit of muscle. Yo, what's up? Who is Wolf? If you went on 20-mile hikes every day up hills and you put like a weighted vest on, you're very welcome. What is this? He said, I'll suck a sack of potatoes too. Well, I'll tell you what, I believe if you're, from an athletic standpoint, what I believe is this. If you're burning through energy, if you're a martial artist or you're doing that, if you're a martial artist or any type of athlete, keeping carbs is great. But you have to make sure that your carbohydrates that you eat get put into your muscle and not be stored as fat. So if you're training, you're doing cardio, you're getting stronger, your carbs are going to be used to, the carbs that you eat will be broken down eventually into glucose. Some of that glucose will be stored in the liver, and then some of that glucose will be stored in the muscle. So what does that mean? That means carbs don't make you fat, right? So, as a sports nutritionist, if I want to get lean, then yeah, I'll cut my carbs down. But I only do that when I want to drain water. Like you can drain water out of your body and stuff, but when you're training and you're sweating, keep your glycogen full. Like, you know, I deadlifted heavy this morning, did sprints this afternoon with my family, chugged burgers, had a shake, ate about 2 pounds of ham, ate 7 eggs, pounded a shake, took a nap. Now I'm going to rest and go back to the gym and work on front squats. I'm going to work on a different section of my body. So It's like carbs aren't like, I was in the military for a long time, and I can tell you, I used to think you could overtrain. You technically can overtrain, but if you listen to your body and you constantly make progress and you're getting stronger in the gym, listen to your body, man. And no matter what anyone tells you, take it from a sports nutritionist, okay? Listen to your body. If you injure, well, I'm injured right now. I have 2 herniated discs. So when I was injured, I started resting and my back got worse. When I started doing QL bends and one-legged hips and then Bulgarian splits and started doing stretching and doing mobility and trained every day, twice a day, my back got better. Listen, you have to be obsessed to the point where people think you're crazy. That's the dedication it takes to make. Well, overtraining and leading to injury are 2 different things. Overtraining is when you chronically break your muscles down so much that a toxin gets released and gets put into your bloodstream. Now look, your body can take a lot, but there's different ways to train. Like, look at Ironman athletes, look at marathon athletes. I mean, hell, look at David Goggins and ultra marathon athletes. Your body can take a lot of beating. But aerobic activity, and this is someone who's ran marathons before, running and tearing down muscle are 2 different things. So it all depends on what you're training for. Well, here's the thing. If you were training daily and you got injured, I mean, that happens. You know, it happens. I'm going to use the restroom right quick. If you're training daily and you do that, then yeah. Give me a second, I gotta use the restroom. Alrighty. Well, you can overtrain, it is possible. But you also got to think your body is an adaptive organism, and it will adapt. If you continue to eat, and when I say eat, I don't just mean eat anything. Like, obviously, you're going to eat some garbage and stuff from time to time, but your body, what you do with your body is how it's going to look. So you have to stimulate the body. So if you stimulate the body more often, it will get thicker and stronger. I promise you this. Do you have to train every day? No, you don't. But if you do train every day and you don't just like kill yourself, there's a lot to be said to doing the callus principle. You know, I met a natural bodybuilder one time in Canada, and he was one of the largest natural bodybuilders I've ever seen in my life. Not super, super cut, but very large and very voluminous. And one of the things that he taught me was the callus principle. And the callus principle states doing something more frequently to get your body used to it. I do believe the body and the bones and everything gets more dense from exposing it to weight. Just picking up something heavy with both arms and just walking with it, right? Putting something on the front of your body and doing a form of a front squat and doing back squats. Hell, even if you go into the gym and you just use lightweight and you just go through motions, just going through the motions itself will elicit a response to the body. Now, if you're into hypertrophy training, all right, right, such as trying to grow a portion of your body, then you can train more frequently and you can just pump blood in that muscle. But remember, the body also goes through what they call radiation. The body works as one whole unit. Why do I need to look up Wolff's Law for bone density? I already know it. Like, when I say I'm a fucking master trainer, I've been studying this shit for 20 years. You don't think I've come across Wolff's Law? Yeah, I learned that like 10 years ago. Wolff's Law is very true. Right. You're not, I mean, I'm not. No, it's not. No. Wolff's Law and the callus principle are two different things. They are conceptually similar, but they're different. Either way, this is a nuance, right? It's different. But what I do think Wolff's Law is true. However, the callus principle and Wolff's Law are in the same family, but they're not the same concept. See the pretty much? I mean, you gotta talk, you remember, you're talking to a sports scientist. You're talking to a sports scientist, a nutrition guy. So it's like in my world, when I talk to my peers who are at my level, we would talk about the nuances, and that's what I'm used to talking to. So the callus principle and Wolff's Law are very similar. They're in the same family, but they're not direct relatives. They're more like cousins and second cousins, is how I would say it. Nevertheless, I do think that applying Wolff's Law for some movements and the callus principle for others, and the concept of frequency, right? Now, this is my fucking wheelhouse, dude. And I'm not trying to be arrogant because I'm not a very arrogant person. But when I'm always open to learn, but this is something I've studied most of my life. So most of the times, anytime anyone brings up a concept, well, yeah, it's just, yeah, well, I'm passionate because, you know, it's kind of what I understand. You know what I mean? It's kind of where my passion is because I was never the best athlete. I was never the biggest. I was never the strongest. I knew people who were way bigger, way stronger than me, and I was still able to outperform them because I studied and I worked my fucking ass off. While they were out partying, I was in the gym, right? I wasn't a talented individual. I worked my fucking ass off twice a day, 5-6 days a week. Everything from running to gain. Over 10 years, I put on 150 pounds, right? Got close to a 700-pound deadlift, was running marathons. And before I had my surgery, I spent a lot of time into that. So I have a broke back now. I have herniated discs, and I'm supposed to have surgery. I have a crooked spine. But me training in the weight room was the only way for me to keep my body strong enough. So my spine is crooked. If I don't train, I had to train my body to realign my spine. Just think about that. So not trying to say that like most people don't train hard, but I'm very aware of how most people train because I've been going to gyms around the military in the United States, even in Japan and China, I went to gyms. And I can tell you, most people don't train hard. And then a lot of people don't eat the right food. But when I started studying nutrition, carb cycling, proper exercise, that's the stimulus. You gotta rest too, but you gotta so many people take a rest day when they feel good. Like if you go to the gym and you push yourself to the extreme, your body's gonna say it needs rest. Okay, so take a nap, eat, hydrate, cool. Now, later on that same day, maybe you do mobility work where you start moving the hips, like get blood into the areas of your body that say, ow, and they will get better. Now for pure hypertrophy, just to get an area to grow, yeah, you can put blood in an area and you can do that. That's cool. But I never got much growth out of my body from just pumping up a muscle. I got growth out of my body from pumping up a muscle and getting stronger. So somewhere between 6 to 8 reps for compounds and 12 to 15 for isolations. And I do more of when I want to bulk, I do a 5x5. I'll do some heavy 5s, some heavy 8s. And then at the end, I might do some pump work. But the pump work, although the metabolic stress and the burn will help grow muscle, I find that you can train more often if you lift heavier, because with heavier weight, you can go controlled. Like if you get stronger in a 6 to 8 rep range versus a 12 to 20 rep range, the 12 to 20 rep range, yeah, you're going to get that burn, but I don't think that causes a lot of growth for natural lifters. I got bigger and stronger when I added 5 or 10 pounds under a 6 to 8 control and then burnt it out after that with some burn. Right? There's a base level of strength that's kind of needed as a natural athlete. Now, if you're on gear and you're juicing up steroids, then maybe that's different. You know, I'm sure the stress and the hormonal signal is different. But a bigger muscle is a stronger muscle, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're a juiced up meathead, then yeah, maybe you can take a little weight and just pump it. But when I tried that, I never got any benefit from that. I got a benefit. Oh, you say I've thought about it, I've never done it. I mean, here's the thing. If you're not gonna make money doing it, why would you do it? I mean, I'm a professional trainer. I work in a 50,000 square foot gym. Okay, a big commercial gym. Okay. I see people in there. I've gone to meathead gyms in the military, people juice and stuff. It's pretty obvious to see the people who are on juice and the people who are not. But regardless, whether you take drugs or not, the drugs are going to give you an edge, obviously. But even if you don't take drugs, okay, you can eat food and get stronger. If you're not going to take drugs, you have to optimize your own hormones. Optimizing your own hormones is either you need to take a light weight and do a bunch of reps and burn that sucker out, or get stronger in a 6 to 8 rep range. Well, I mean, that's your choice, man. It's your choice, man. Sleep and food will do a lot for the human body. And you got to sacrifice, man. I mean, everywhere I go, when I'm serious, I'm literally taking food with me. You know, it's like, I'm not advocating use. Look, I'm a professional trainer. I've trained people. I've got a bodybuilding certificate. I've got a nutrition certificate, ISSA master certificate. I've worked with a physical therapist for 2 years in the Navy. I've had a lot of experience training, and I can tell you this. I've known people who don't take drugs that recover faster than people that take drugs. It depends on your rest, your sleep, your load management, and also your lifestyle. Sleep is your most important tool. Take 30-minute naps whenever you can. I'm telling you, man, Khabib Nurmagomedov, you know Khabib from UFC, I forget, the Eagle, and Islam Makhachev. When they train twice a day, every day, they wake up, they train, they wake up, they eat, they train, they stretch, they eat, they nap, right? So when you think about the 2-day split, right, you train in the morning, you stimulate without annihilating, you eat, you sleep, you rest, you wake up, you eat. And if you eat and sleep properly, your body gets used to that shit. I'm telling you, man, it does. I mean, if you're a wrestler and your nickname is Khabib, I mean, that probably means you're pretty fucking dominant, or you just look like a Dagestani. Whatever. But that's cool. That'd be a good nickname. My nickname in sports was Dumbass because they used to think I was stupid. But in reality, I mean, maybe I am stupid. I don't know. I look at what people say and I kind of think about it. Yeah, well, not daggy, whatever, yeah. So to me, it's like people say stuff all the time and I just look at them. And it's like, I understand what they're saying, but I like to analyze people a lot. I like to psychoanalyze people and really understand why they think what they think. And a lot of people don't like to be psychoanalyzed. Well, I was told I was stupid my whole life, dude. Because I grew up in an area of the United States where if you don't conform, I'm not religious. I was in the church and I used to go up to the altar in middle school and say, well, if God and Jesus created everything, who created God? And they'd say, God has always been here. I was like, okay, that doesn't make sense. I grew up where I said, hey, why is the sky blue? And people said, because God made it that way. And I said, why did God do that? And I'd be smacked and paddled, and I'd go home and get beaten. So I grew up in a very religious household where if I questioned anything against God, I was severely disciplined. So I'm not against like spiritual belief because I'm very spiritual, but I definitely don't think organized religion, like, yeah, they may give to society and it's good. And I'm glad that's all that. But most of the people I know that go to church, they only go to church because they're scared if they don't serve God, they're going to burn in hell. We started this path before it ended in an argument pertaining more to linguistics than religion. Did we? No, I don't think we ended in an argument. Sometimes I come off argumentative, but understand this. This is my voice of reason. If I come off argumentative, I don't mean to. I'm very loud, I'm very vocal, I'm in your face, but I'm not a violent person in that meaning. That's just my personality. I was raised by a crazy ass woman who had me at 15, who's schizophrenic and bipolar. So I have schizophrenic and bipolar genes, and my uncle's a fucking serial killer. No joke. So I've got the crazy genes in me. So instead of being a crazy asshole, I go to the gym, I train, and I play music. I try to be creative and have good outlets. So if I came across argumentative, then it would be hard to fault you for about anything. My circumstances aren't like that, but they could be considered similar. Well, if you had to go through adversity or you ever have, I have seen firsthand how cruel and how mean people are. Like when I was growing up, I was beaten a lot. I was hung up on a flagpole. People used to call my mom a whore because she was 15 when she had me. I was taped to a toilet seat one time. I was always getting beat up. So it's kind of like, that's been my experience in life. And also, because I grew up in the church, I was taught never to defend myself. So when I was younger, when, it was my peers, it was people at church. The only time I ever stood up for myself, I broke someone's arm. I played sports. I was really good. Before I had a couple concussions. I remember the first time I went on a football field and all these people were really mean to me in class. And now I got a chance to fucking hit them. I used to hit them so hard that I wanted to break them in half. See, I'm kind of sick in the mind. I like to hit people. I like violence like that. But I'm also not a violent person as far as I want to hurt people. It's in my nature, in my blood. I want to hit something. I want to break something. That's just in my body. So what I do, right. So That's why I chose sports. Now, I also play music, and I like classical piano because classical piano keeps me happy. So, mind, music, and muscle is kind of like my way of saying, hey, I like to talk about religion and philosophy, right? I also like to talk about difficult questions like, is God real and all this stuff? Not to say I don't believe in God, but I ask that question a lot. Is God real? You know, I like to know what people think. And most of the time people say, of course God's real. I sent you jam? Oh. Yeah, well, you gotta like play some music, dude. How can the older I get, I've already decided that if I can never fix my back fully, then I'm just gonna learn music. This is a good one. I believe he is. I don't know if he cares, but he doesn't have to because I think he breathed life into us all. I don't know what more he could give me. You see, that's the famous philosophical argument is like, okay, if God is in control of everything and he can do anything, and there's a lot of pain in the world, so often there's a child born, there's a death, there's a murder. Either God is not all powerful or he's not all good. That is an old philosophical question. Again, that's not my opinion. That's just what people have said in history. Holidays have come again. Grab a family, grab a friend. Holidays have come again. Grab a family, grab a friend. Dun, 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 dun. Holidays have come again. Grab a family, grab a friend. What are you gonna say? What do you talk today? Grab a family, what do you say? Holidays have come again. Grab a family, grab a friend. Have a drink, toast to all. Who knows when we will fall? And dun 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 dun. Grabbing family, grabbing the friends. Having a luncheon, having a dinner. Dun 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 dun. And I find myself in those times of trouble. Mother Mary comes to me. Whispers words of wisdom, let it be. Da 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 sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? Say, man, what are you doing here? There we go. I've seen you jam. I believe he is. Oh, well, that's one way to look at it. See, he let us jam? Ha. Maybe. Or maybe things just fell into place. What I do know for sure is I am a finite creature on a rock floating in space in the middle of a cosmos with a multiverse all around me where time is not linear. Technologically, we are advancing in some parts of the world. We are smarter than we've ever been and dumber than we ever are. And at the same time, society is shifting into a direction that I can't really understand. And because of that, I have concluded I'm never going to understand. As a finite creature, I'm never going to understand something infinite. Is God real? I don't know. My brain says there's no reason for God. My heart says there is a God. I don't know. I find God when I'm in nature and I play music, and I find God when I'm in the gym doing something physical. I never found God in church. Yeah, but that's the thing, man. Then you say, seems like an engine to me. You say you got to have a mechanic, but then that's the whole problem with that. If you have to have a mechanic, where does the mechanic come from? And then where does that come from? That's the thing, right? And I'm not saying what's right or wrong, but eventually something has to come from nothing, right? Something has to come from nothing. And I think that our brains just can't understand it. You know what I mean? I think what Einstein once said was very important. Einstein believed in the God of Spinoza. The God of Spinoza, essentially, sure. And now what people call God, oh, thanks, man. I like dinosaurs. Yeah, so for me, God is just a word. This is what I tell people. As someone who was raised in the church, and I don't consider myself a Christian because I don't believe there was a virgin birth. That doesn't make sense to me. I think God is a supreme source of energy that we all come from, and that when we die, we return to that energy, and maybe we reincarnate. But in the church, when you talk about Jesus and what Jesus represents, what I think is that's a way to understand that love is the key. I do believe that love, oh yeah, you get it? I think that logical fallacies, and I don't like a lot, I can't stand a fallacy. Like if I hear someone's logic, and again, I'm not questioning whether you're right or wrong, but from a logical standpoint, that's a fallacy. And it's like, yeah, maybe someone else can accept the fallacy. Spinner entropy. Right, exactly. So it's like, that's not good enough for me. I'd rather say I don't know than accept something I know is a fallacy. My brain needs more than that. It's got to have more. But I'll tell you what, I don't know how I'm able to play piano. The only thing that really keeps, like when I go out into nature, you see how cruel nature is? Like, when's the last time you went outside and actually watched how animals have to live? Not the ones on farms and the Discovery Channel, but life is pretty vicious, right? And cruel is a word? Sure. You said cruel is a word? Yeah. You said cruel is a word? Sure. What we got? Well, that's the thing. is it cruel? I may think that it's cruel, but is it cruel? Is it cruel that an animal has to die and one has to get eaten? Is that cruel? Is it not fair? Again, I don't pretend to understand it, but half of me wants to think that's cruel. I guess cruel's the wrong word. That's nature. I guess it's more unfair than cruel. What you got? Yeah, well, I don't even know if the system was built. I mean, evolution's pretty strong. I mean, the theory of evolution and how things fall into place, I don't know, that evolution's pretty strong. What you got? Well, here's the thing. It's not mutually exclusive that God couldn't have allowed evolution to happen. Anybody with a brain should be able to realize that things evolve over time. Now, does that mean that we came from an ape? Not necessarily. But when you really get into biology and how things split and how they multiply, Darwin was pretty smart to kind of put that together. Damn, I want him too. You want who? Yes. You want him to what? What is that? Oh, thanks, man. You said you want me and I'm handsome? Oh boy. Let us consult the Bible of bros. Thou shalt spread thy lats, not thy cheeks. For in spreading your lats, you assert dominance. And by spreading your cheeks, you assert submission, brother. I feel like I'm in the movie Labyrinth. Thou shalt spread thy lats, not thy cheeks. Thou shalt spread thy lats, not thy cheeks. Thus we shall have gains of muscle in Valhalla. Thou shalt spread thy lats, not thy cheeks. Excuse me while I choke my chicken. This is Roast Malone. Say hey, Roast. This is Roast Malone. This is Roast Malone. Thou shalt spread thy lats. Thou shalt spread thy lats. Thy lats, not thy cheeks. Your lats. Spread your lats, not your cheeks. Yeah, that's Roast Malone. I thought Roast Malone might sit there, but he didn't. Roast Malone's with me now. All right. Put this up over here. Just like that. Just like that, baby. Not Roast Malone. Oh, I didn't grab my damn, whatchamacallit. Not Roast Malone. Yes, it is Roast Malone. Guys, help me get monetized on YouTube, and I'll talk to you all day on YouTube, and I'll take all the money on YouTube, and I'll make a
young person has to learn in their 20s is, you are not the main character in everybody's story.
What the hell's going on in this thing?
Wow. You're the main character in your own.
That's it.
I think the hardest lesson a young person has to learn in their 20s.
Sorry about that. Not Roast Malone. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing swell. It's your favorite coach, Mind, Muscle, and Music. We're giving it until the end of next year to get monetized. And if I don't get monetized by the end of next year, I'm going to quit YouTube after 10 years. I've been trying to get monetized for 10 years doing my videos. And it wasn't until this year I got close and then I lost it. So if you want me to come on here and keep talking to you, you got until the end of next year and then you're never going to see me again. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good time. Anybody entertained? Anybody entertained? All right, had a couple thumbs ups. What's up, guys? Playing with some music here. If you're in the chat, feel free to talk, feel free to chat, say hello. Just doing a little bit of guitar on here. Ukulele. What's up? Who you band? What about that jerk? How are you today, friend? Oh, love and peace. Reapers, what's up? Bald man, good job. Bald man, good job. Baldy! Well, I shave my head from time to time. Whoa! Turbulence, bruh. Well, I shave my head when I start training. It's kind of like, I always do visualization. So when I start weight training, I visualize what I want my body to do, and I try to focus on it, and I shave my head for that. It's kind of part of my process when I lift weights. I have a process where I try to build muscle. That's my process. That is my process, is trying to build some strength and muscle. That's what I try to do. Oh, you like that one? Oh, uh-oh. I'm glad you like that one. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, I have no idea where that other guy went. Oh, yeah? Uh-oh. That's not good. All right, now let's play something pretty. You want to hear something pretty now? Time for some pretty music. They was super tall. Oh, yeah. Slight malfunction there, people. Oh, man, it's about time to go do another workout. Ugh. All right. One more evening session. They was super tall. Yeah, I'm tall too. I feel you on that. Let me get my pedal. How many times do I have to tell you? John Legend. Oh, let's see. you go. Someone called me and asked me to be a moderator. I'm aware. Now it's time for holiday cheer. Times have come, it's holiday cheer. Let's see. I had a song earlier I wrote. Happy times are good, times are fair. Looking at me now, girl, what do you hear? Holiday season once again. Grab a family and grab a friend. Holiday cheer once again. Grab a family and grab a friend. And a holiday season once again. Grab a family and grab a friend. Holiday season here again. Find a family and find a friend. Find a friend. If you don't have a friend, then hang with me. I'll be here so you can see. If you can't find me, if you got no one, I am here. Spreading that holiday cheer. Do not forget, world is crazy, people are weird. Some are straight, some are queer. I don't even know what I wrote this song. I just put it down, licking my phone. 2 and 1, 1 and 1 and a 5 and a 6 and a 6 and a 4. 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6 to the 4 to the door. Summertime comes and summertime goes. Wintertime comes and then it's the snow. Life goes on, people die. Some smile and some cry. Holiday season once again. Grab a family, grab a friend, and then and that's how we just write a song. Oh, that's cool. I've never played Grand Theft Auto. I've never played Fortnite, and I've never played Minecraft. You like my little song I wrote, though? Thanks, man. Glad you're happy, man. You just joined 5 days ago. 2 timeouts, 0 hides, 1 deleted message. You recently made your profile 5 days ago, and that's kind of odd. But I appreciate the support. You like my song? I wrote that. I just made it up. Holiday season once again. Grab a family or grab a friend. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Hey Jude, don't let it ride. Grab a family to grab a family, grab a friend, and then grab a family. Holiday season once again. Grab a family, grab a friend. Times have come, snows have fallen. I run for life. Do my stuff. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's do this. I found a love. I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this I don't know, man. That's out of my control. In my life, if something's out of my control, I don't think about it. Holiday season once again. Grab a family, grab a friend. Dun, 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 dun. When a holiday season. Or you can do this. Holiday season once again. Grab a family and grab a friend. You can do that. That's a funny voice. Hey, holiday, my name is Uncle Ruckus, and I like to dedicate this song. I'm Uncle Ruckus, and I'm playing a song. Them white crackers is here, and they is so brown. Uncle Ruckus playing here. Boondoggle Saints, man, what do you hear?